don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we day here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat your love. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it down. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collect in pride. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
All of us. In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe. Both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic and development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for the independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on and on and on.
ụfọdụ nọ n'ụzọ ije ha anaghị alọta ụlọ ọzọ nne na nna wee na-ata ahụhụ wee na-ata ikikere eze nwaanyị konye ka ọ gaa ubi gaa rụọ ọrụ Fulani chiri ehi bata ebe ala gị niile okwu ebepụ ya isi anyị pụta anyị kpọpụ onye nwaanyị n'ugwu Awụsa ahụ ejide anyị wee gbuo ihe ọ bụ anyị mara aka n'ime ha si maka ha gaa n'ihu elekwa ọdụ ụgbọ mmiri n'igwe ọcha bụ ememiri ọya nke dị na Kalaba otu aka ahụ anyị na-ala nsọ ebe Biafra bụ ndị kọstọm sokwenye anyị n'etiti anyị anọghị n'ime mmiri kama kọstọm jiri ebe niile ha wee na-ata anyị ahụhụ anyị kwuo sịpụta anyị ka kpọchie anyị kwekwasị kpọtani ka gbagbuo anyị onye nwe anyị na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe ọ bụ ụzọ dị aga ka isi na-ekwu ndị iro anyị n'anya wee karịa ndị nke gị akwa anyị bụ ụmụ Chineke akwa ọba aha anyị ka anyị na-aza akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza ike Chukwu akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza amara Chineke akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chisom akwa ọba anyị nwe na-aza Chizoba nna nke dị nsọ onye ime eluigwe dịka otu onye iro dị na anyị bụ ụmụ gị bịa ka iwe zọpụta anyị bịa ka iwe napụta anyị n'aka ọjọọ ihe bịa ka iwe lụọrọ anyị ọgụ bịa ka iwe tịtụ ozu ọgbọgọwa memilera Goliath Chineke nna nke igwe ruo memila Fero sikwa otu a mee ka Fero ka ọ guzo n'ihu ụmụ ndị anyị ga-ebi ka o wee taa akọkọ igiri ụtọ ọzọ ị ga na-edu anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume ọ bụla adịghị na anyị na-aga ndagwurugwu onyinye ọnwụ ọ bụbụ nwa bụ ekele n'igwe n'ụwa onye ọbụla kere gị n'oge malite n'oge ọgwụgwụ kama anyị onwe anyị gwa amakwa ahụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ n'ezie kama ma akpọ na okwu gị na-anọgide ego mgbe ebighị ebi ọ bụ ya mere anyị ji were gị n'anya isi anyị wee na-asị nna nke dị nsọ bịa ka iwe gosi anyị Biafra na ndụ na-abụghị n'ọnwụ bịa ka iwe na-ekebe gị na amara gị wee kpuchiri anyị ka uwe bịa ka iwe zọpụta ndị nke gị bịa ka iwe mee ka Biafra wee bịa ka anyị na-ewetụta na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'aha gị onye bụ Chukwu abịa ma
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very evening program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to us. Please like and share the program. Share to family and friends. Share to your neighbors. Share to everyone that is close to you so that they can join us on this very program. It is going to be a quick one. Remember, our evening program is always a quick one. We don't waste much time in the evening program. Sometimes it's just a revision of what we did in the morning. We just come back to repeat it for those who were not able to join us in the morning hours to join us this evening and also make their contribution. They can ask questions, they can help us to share also and make their contribution, bring their own superior argument. That is what we do. So I thank everyone that have joined us this very evening. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to guide and prosper every one of you. So remember, in this our platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not come to this platform to attack people or to attack individuals. We don't come to this platform to speak about any other thing apart from the promotion of Biafra. No matter what is your religion, no matter what is your race, no matter what is your dialect, all we are concerned about is freedom. Freedom for every one of us. Freedom for our nation, Biafra, and freedom for our neighbors also. Freedom for humanity, that is what we are asking for, and we will continue to do so. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching from, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this program. And we are going to go into the program as we always do. We will go into it as quick as possible. And this evening, we are discussing a topic which says global pressure time. Global pressure time. Tapping into USA CPC designation against Nigeria. Unity is the weapon. Unity is the weapon. Still on what we discussed in the morning, still on the same direction, we are urging everyone to please be focused. This is not the time for propaganda. This is not the time for blackmail. This is not the time for you for pity party. This is not the time for sentiment. It is not the time to continue to promulgate something you don't know. It is time for all of us to focus on our collective interest, freedom. This is the time to focus on freedom. It is not the time to promote Mr. A or Mr. B. It is not the time to promote any other thing except Biafra. Our utmost concern today should be the freedom of the Biafran people. We must make sure that the legacy of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will never be trampled upon. It is very important. The Nigerian government, the enemies of Biafra, are trying to silence everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are trying to silence everything that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi. So whatever you are saying today, and you are not giving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Nnamdi a voice, I bet you are mistaken. You are on the wrong path. We must continue to give voice to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, our Prime Minister. How do we give them a voice? We will give them a voice by keeping their legacy alive. Keep their legacy. What is that legacy? The legacy of truth, the legacy of freedom, the legacy of self-determination. We must continue to keep this legacy. It doesn't matter what the enemies are doing. It doesn't matter what the enemies are saying. No matter the angle they come from, please do not get distracted. We are in a very important and interesting time in the history of Nigeria. This is an interesting time. This is an interesting time. We must not lose our focus. This opportunity might not come back again in our lifetime. The opportunity that presents itself today might not be seen again in our lifetime. That is why every single one of us, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your dialect, it doesn't matter your group, it doesn't matter who you support. This very opportunity is an opportunity for every single one of us. Anybody that finds him or herself inside the contraption called Nigeria, now is the opportunity for you to stand up, take your freedom, fight for it, take it, and be whom you want to be. I repeat, this opportunity might not come again in our lifetime. This opportunity, it might not come again in our lifetime. Take it to the bank. Now that we have this opportunity, we must grab it and run with it. Which opportunity am I talking about? Everybody on the planet Earth today knows about the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. The designation this time is not like the one that was done in the first tenure of Donald Trump. This very one is much more pronounced and targeted at a particular project to save life and property, to save humanity in Nigeria. The genocide that is happening in Nigeria is real. It does not matter how you want to look at it. You can hate Donald Trump because he called it what it is, Christian genocide. But if you choose not to call it Christian genocide, one thing that everybody on the planet Earth agrees is that there is genocide going on in Nigeria. It doesn't matter whose name is in the front. In as much as we know that the obvious truth, undeniable truth, verified truth is that there is Christian genocide. But if you choose to name it whatever, every single one of us agree that there is genocide in Nigeria. Just like the United States under Donald Trump have chosen that title, Christian genocide. The genocide did not start as Christian genocide. It started as Biafran genocide. It started as Biafran genocide. And when they committed the genocide, nobody was held accountable. Up to this moment as we speak, those who committed Biafran genocide, who committed pogrom against the Igbos, against the Biafrans. They are still walking about freely. The pogrom in the north is not just against the Igbos, it is against the Biafran people. Everybody from the old southeastern region. And that is why we regard everybody in the old southeastern region as one family. You can be Ijo, you can be Efik, you can be Shakiri, you can be whatever tribe you are. We are all one people. And that is how the North see us. That was why they conducted the pogrom in 1966. The pogrom, that genocide, that was when it started. Even before then, in 1945, there was a genocide also against the Igbos in 1945. So this genocide didn't start today. It started many, many decades ago. Only that this time the world have picked courage to choose a title and give it a title, and they are not talking about it. We appreciate the United States of America. We appreciate the President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump, for stepping up to the occasion. And I bet you today, it is a different ball game. Today, the contraption that was put in place by the British is now on the table. That contraption put on the table by the British is now, every eye is focused on it. It's an opportunity that we should not miss. Everybody that finds him or herself inside that contraption called Nigeria, if you care about humanity, if you care about your own life, if you care about your own generation, you must capitalize on this opportunity and pray that this opportunity doesn't go away. It is not just about the Biafran people. We, the Biafran people, we know what we are facing and we have been fighting it head on without looking back. We are in the front line, unrelenting, consistently without looking back. But every other region, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your religion, as long as you find yourself within that circle, within that contraption, an opportunity has presented itself for the renegotiation of the zoo, for a discourse on that very time bomb that was planted by the British. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. It took generations for us to get here. If nothing is done, if you fail to use this opportunity, it might take another generation to get this right. That is why we must use every single opportunity that presents itself. The situation today is very clear. The ball is on our court to decide. The ball is on the court of everybody that finds him or herself in that contraption called Nigeria. Forget about your envy. Forget about your jealousy. Forget about your hatred. Forget about your fraudulent activities. Forget about your selfish interest. It is for the interest of every single citizen that found himself in that cage called Nigeria. An opportunity has come for a renegotiation. Donald Trump has pulled the trigger. Every one of us has to fall in line. I am much concerned about my fellow Biafrans. But at the same time, every other region should fall in line. If you are a Biafran, this is the time for you to intensify in your effort. Just like we spoke in the morning, you can go and watch the morning program so that you can get more information there. Because in our evening program, it's always sketchy. All we are asking is that we must speak in one voice now. Unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. It doesn't matter the group you belong. You can be in any group. You can be in any group. You can have any leader you want. But the purpose of our speech, the purpose of our demand should be one. Unity of purpose. Freedom. Freedom. See the end of the contraption called Nigeria. In that aspect, we should be speaking on one voice. We have to make our message one single message. This idea of people talking from both sides of their mouth, preaching what I do not know. Stop preaching personality, preach freedom. Stop preaching group, preach freedom. Stop preaching identity, preach freedom. The only institution that we need to promote and present to the world is Biafra as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. That is the only job I have in the media. And I will continue to do that job for as long as I have life and I have breath, presenting Biafra as the only ultimate remedy to the failed state Nigeria. Many of you have seen the video I played in the morning. The Northern Forum have come out to issue a statement. They have issued a statement. And in their statement, they said that they will never, ever, ever go back on Sharia, on blasphemy law, which is one of the demands that the United States put forward. They said no. And they were claiming that Sharia is in the Constitution, smuggled in by Obasanjo and co. Without the consent of other people. This is a country they call a secular country. Before you could take a group ideology and put it into a constitution, it must be a consensus. People must agree to it. But however they manage to smuggle Sharia into that law, they should still pass the same way and smuggle it out, or else you know what is coming. The northern Fulanis have already started calling for jihad. They have already started inviting Fulanis from all parts of the world for oncoming war. And you, a Biafran, what are you doing? How are you preparing? Go to Biafran land. Some idiots are still busy chasing around our men on the ground. You go to Biafran land, you see Biafrans themselves in the front line attacking their own people. I have seen so many videos. Security outfit created by Nigerian government to weaken your own force. The North is telling you that bandit is their foot soldier, and they are not hiding it. The North tell you that bandit is their foot soldier, and that is why they are talking about negotiation with them. That is why Nigerian military will never bomb the bandit. Never. Ever. They will never attack the bandit because they are the foot soldier of the Janjaweed in the North. The foot soldier of the Caliphate. But in our own land, our own foot soldiers, they form security outfits to come and attack our own foot soldiers. And they use the governors to push this agenda. The people that are supposed to defend the land for you and I. The governors create security outfits. They gave them guns. And they are going forest by forest, attacking our people, going home by home, removing the ammunition that our people have, the little weapons they have to defend themselves. The strong men we have in our land, they are chasing them out and terminating them. Soludo did his own. Soludo went to the extent of attacking the native doctors. And when you had Soludo attacking native doctors, you thought it was for good intent. We do not support evil. We do not support evil native doctors or charm. But if you genuinely want to fight against that, there are ways to go about it. But Soludo was doing that based on information that we were given by the federal government of Nigeria. They believe that our native doctors are the ones fortifying our men who are fighting for us. They felt that those people they captured were the people that are fortifying our men. And they went after them to chase them away, to put fear in them. It wasn't for good intent. Soludo was not chasing the native doctors in order to make Anambra work good. No, that wasn't the intention. Because if that was the intention, the people he arrested, he should have finished their case, sentenced them, and tell us what their sentence is. But you see that it was all a charade. The ones they detained, they could not provide any evidence. They could not give us their charges. They only detained them and detained them and detained them, and before you know it, they left them. But in the actual sense, if they were sincere, you will find them guilty, pronounce their judgment, and give them a sentence. That's what it is. If you find any native doctor that is bad, you will confirm that this native doctor is doing something bad with evidence. Once the person is found guilty, tell the person is guilty, provide information, evidence, and then let the person go in for it. But that was a threat to our tradition, to make sure they destroy something they felt is where our strength lies. But they missed it. Our strength does not lie in any native doctor. The strength of the struggle of Biafra lies in Chukwu Okike. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it. He has mentioned it time and time again that we have no other God except Chukwu Okike. We have no other God. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that if you are in this struggle and you put your mind and your heart in any shrine, you put your faith and your strength and your hope in any ROC, you are gone. You will never make it to Biafra. Never. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it in prayer. He said it. That if you put your faith in any idol, you will never make it to Biafra. Biafra is built on Chukwu Okike. Chukwu Okike Abiyama, the God of creation. That is where Biafra is built. And that is why it is indestructible. You and I, we are only instruments in the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiyama to fulfill his design. It is not in our power. It is not in our mind. Every single thing you and I are doing, we are fulfilling the wish of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. And we will continue to do our part until the wish of Chukwu Okike Abiyama is fulfilled. That is why I always say that my own assignment is to preach the gospel. Spreading the gospel and allowing the people to hear belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiyama. All I need to do is to come here and preach. You that is out there watching, your own duty is to like the program and share it. That is your own work. Like and share it. It is not your responsibility to decide how far it's going to go. That one belongs to Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Only he will know how far he wants the program to go, and he will push the program to those who need to hear it. No matter what they do to discourage us, we will not be discouraged. No matter their attack and propaganda, we will never give up. We will continue to speak. But the most important thing that we are in a very critical time, a time that unity is something we cannot run away from. The final push, that is where we are. Final push on this global pressure. This is a time of global pressure. With the global pressure on Nigeria today, with meetings holding across the world on the issue of Nigeria. Many Congress are speaking. House of Assembly are speaking. Lawmakers are speaking across the world. Representatives are making their cases. Debates are going on in all parts of the world on Nigeria. It is a very, very important time. A time that anybody that cares about humanity, if you are a Nigerian, If you found yourself trapped in that Nigeria and you want to be free, if you are looking forward to a better future and you find yourself trapped in Nigeria, this is time for you to rise up, an opportunity you cannot able to miss. Write to every organization you can write to. Speak to everybody you can speak to. Send evidence and verifications to everywhere. Consult your MPs anywhere you are, in any part of the world. Let us get busy. Seize this opportunity. Never allow it to die down. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did not allow the lights to go off in his hand. Even in captivity, he continued to fire on. He told them, it is my right to fight for Biafra. Even in the face of death, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continued to fight on. How about you? How about you? Why do you want to chicken out? Why do you want to run away? Why must you allow your voice to be silenced? Even in the face of that, Mazi Simon Ekpa is in Finland fighting day in, day out. You saw Mazi Simon Ekpa sending information everywhere, say, provide evidence, as many evidence as you can. Continue to pour out evidence there. Send it to Finnish authorities. No amount of evidence is enough. Anyone you have, eyewitness account, facts and figure, bring them out. And I want to tell you, nobody is going to have pity on you. This is not the time for pity party. This is not the time for emotional blackmail. You cannot blackmail the world emotionally. They need facts and evidence. That is what the world needs. They want to see facts. If you know those ones you have, don't keep it to yourself. If you don't know where to send it, those of us online, send it to us. We know where to take it to. Eyewitness account. Bring it to us. Informations, pictures, write up. Tag every organization you know. We have Biafrans scattered all over the world. There is no country in this world where you don't have a Biafra. This is the time to make a move. It does not matter the group you belong. It does not matter the name you answer. It doesn't matter the religion you are. It does not matter who you support or who you don't support. It is about our freedom. That freedom we crave for so much, the opportunity have come. Seize this opportunity. Make your own move in your own location. If you are still there being an observer, this is not the time to be an observer. Take a responsibility. Begin to do something. Begin to do. There is something everyone can do. There are things that will not cost you a dime. Preach the message. Talk. Approach people. Write. Every one of us has a smartphone. What are you doing with your smartphone? What are you doing with that your smartphone? It is not only meant for call. It is meant to pass information. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did a great job to take over the media. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in his time, he took over the media completely. He took over the media. When he got to the extent that Nigeria became closed up, nobody hears about Nigeria. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took over. To the extent they begin to pay Facebook to silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They paid Instagram to silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They tried to block Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because he took over. And he came to Twitter. He came to the time of Mazi Simon seized the media until they began to cry. Their chief of army staff became a media warrior and began to cry and complain. At a stage, they couldn't hide it. They were asking, why would you allow Mazi Simon to take over the media? Because Mazi Simon took the entire media completely. But today, what is happening? Are we still in charge of the media? Ask yourself. Ask yourself, are we still in charge of the media today? Like the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in charge when he was there. Like the way Mazi Simon was in charge. Are we still in charge of media? Every one of us has to wake up from our sleep. Wake up. The foundation has been laid. We need to build a solid wall on that foundation. We need to build, start building, start building. That is the only way for us to overcome. That is the only way. Don't allow anyone to distract you. Don't pay attention to any blackmail or propaganda. They are going to blackmail you. They will call you different kinds of names. They will attack you. They will say all manner of lies. They will speak lies against you. But I urge you in the name of Chukwu Okikabia, do not get distracted. There is nothing you will hear today that you have not heard before. There is nothing you will see today that we have not seen before. So, whatever they say, whatever they do, take it with good faith and believe that we shall overcome. I am not afraid. I am not shaky. I know that we shall overcome. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will definitely join us when the time comes. They cannot stop him. No matter how they try to blackmail him, no matter how they try to put him down, they will never ever succeed. And for as long as you and I, we are still alive, as long as we are still alive, we will never allow them. We will never allow them to silence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We will never allow them. With every little opportunity we have, we will give him a voice. We will give him a voice in the morning, we will give him a voice in the afternoon, and we will give him a voice in the evening. No matter what the enemies say, no matter what they do, no matter how they interpret their lies, we will never surrender. My fellow Biafrans, this is not the time to complain. This is not the time to blame your brother or blame your sister. This is not the time to pay attention to lies. It is a time for us to intensify in our effort. We need to double our effort. Speak more. We must begin to speak much more than we have ever done before. Our enemies are not relaxing. I just saw the idiot they call Lai Mohammed being interviewed in Arise. And up to today, they are still denying. They are still denying the massacre in Lokito Gate. You can imagine how evil Nigeria is. As at yesterday, I saw an interview of Lai Mohammed. Up to this moment, they are still denying the massacre that the whole world saw in Lokito Gate. If they can deny that, what else will they not deny? These were people who were protesting for a better Nigeria. People protesting for a better Nigeria, and Nigerian government opened fire on them, and many lost their life. Many of them lost their life. And some people among them were detained. Up to today, they are still in detention. Up to today, they are still in detention. Unless some people still come around today and they deny the fact that there was a massacre in Lokito Gate. That is how evil Nigeria can be. It is sad. It is sad. But I bet you, no matter what they do, no matter how they do it, we will never give up. We will never stop talking. And we will never surrender. This great opportunity for us to be free will never be missed. We have a great opportunity to turn things around. We will not allow it to be lost. We will continue to do what we have to do. And we will continue to preach the gospel. We will continue to stand strong. Because our freedom cannot be played with. We will be free. We will be free. Nigeria has been taken over by the terrorists. And the terrorists have made it clear that they are not going back. The jihadis have made it clear they are not going back in their words. Every blessed day in Nigeria, it is one kidnapping or the other. Kidnapping upon kidnapping. You look into their news, the bandits are kidnapping people on daily basis. They kidnap and they post these videos online. And when Nigerian government will tell them, Nigerian government will tell you that they can't track them, that they are using satellite phone. They say they can't track them, they are using the network. Lie from the pit of hell. A lie from the pit of hell. And we saw it coming when they made a member of Al Qaeda a communication minister. What do you expect? A member of Al Qaeda was made communication minister. Then how do you think that things will be better? Why won't they control your network? How do you think you can fight them when it comes to network? Pantami is still there working for them till tomorrow. Pantami is still working for them till tomorrow, till next tomorrow. They're still working for them. So, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama to sit up. Don't allow the enemies to distract you. Do not allow any distraction to come your way. When they bring their distraction, reject it and move on. Focus on the battle ahead of us, and I bet you we shall overcome. We shall overcome. The victory we are asking for is very, very close. It has any time. It can never be closer than it is today. The victory we are talking about cannot be any time closer than it is today. It is very, very close to us. And I pray that Chukwu Abiyama will give us the strength to remain focused. Give us the strength, continue to do what we have to do. Give us the strength not to get distracted until we get to the promised land. My fellow Biafrans, let us listen to this very program that was done on Arise TV. You know, in our evening program, we always bring their content in their own media to see how they view things and what they see and what they say. We debunk those we're going to debunk and acknowledge those we're going to acknowledge. To also help educate Biafrans, because Nigerian media is the worst media on the planet Earth. We cannot just overlook them. We will continue to follow them and debunk all their lies where necessary. Let us hear what they have to say on this program.
Very much for the honor. It's been a great year, hasn't it? Yes, it has been. December already. Good morning, Ayo. How are you this morning? I like your choice of Ayola. Your name is Ayola. I know it. Interesting. We are back. I like when you call me. Yes, yes, I gave you your name. It's yours. But your real name is Ayola. Yeah. Well, all right. Good morning. Rufian. Well, all right. Congratulations. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending, focusing on reactions to Professor Wole Soyinka's criticism of what he described as excessive security deployment around President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's son, Chei Tinubu, saying that it reflects poorly on Nigeria's security priorities. Speaking at the 20th Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism Awards in Lagos on Tuesday, the literary icon recounted his shock at witnessing what he initially thought was a film shoot at a hotel in Ikoyi. He then jokingly suggested that President Tinubu should have sent his son's security battalion to quell the recent insurrection in the Republic of Benin instead of deploying the Air Force and the military. Let's take a look.
On one of my home visits, this is about 2 months ago, I was coming out of a hotel and I saw what looked like a film set. I looked around. There was nearly a whole battalion occupying that the grounds of that hotel in Ikoyi, right here. So I got back in my car and I asked the driver who that young man was. And he told me. And I saw this SWAT team, a mixture. There were at least heavily armed, some 15 or so heavily armed to be thief security personnel. Looked sufficient to take over a small country, neighboring city like Benin. And I think the next time the president just called and say, Sheyi, go and quell the rebellion over there. Later on, I did some investigative journalism. I inquired and I found that apparently this is how this young man goes around with his battalion, these heavy armed soldiers. Of course, the road was cleared before his car went on. I stayed until Tinubu was leaving. So next time there's an insurrection, I think the president should just call that young man and say, no, put down those stupid people there. You have enough troops under your command, so don't bother me with all these security issues any longer. Let's not overdo things.
Well, this is a bold statement from Nigeria's most revered public intellectual, calling out what many see, but fewer dare to criticize openly. And I'll take George's tweet on X. He wrote, Professor Shoyinka's point cuts deeper than the humor in his remarks. When a nation's security architecture is stretched thin, prioritizing the protection of one individual over millions of citizens is a red flag. Nigeria is battling insecurity across several regions, yet we see battalion-level security guarding a private citizen with no constitutional role. This isn't about politics. It's about accountability, resource allocation, and respect for public institutions. Leaders' children are not elected officials. They should not command more armed protection than communities under siege. This culture of entitlement weakens morale, drains capacity, and erodes trust. If we want a secure nation, security must serve the people, not the privileged few. And Dr. Mazi, I'm sure you did see, and you have seen Sheyi Tinubu's convoy. I mean, like this ex-user alluded to, it's, like a battalion. And of course, Professor Wole Soyinka said he was shocked. He thought he was in a movie set when he saw one of Sheyi Tinubu's convoy. And now we are hearing that we need more boots on ground. I'm sure this whole week, that's what you've said on this table.
Okay. Let me quote Professor Wole Soyinka directly. He said, let's not overdo things. He said, children are not potentates. They are not rulers. They should know their place. I think, everyone should commit that to memory. So the Nobel laureate is right to have been terribly shocked that the son of the president would have such a large convoy, what he calls a battalion. A battalion will be, a company of soldiers and maybe other officials. There is no office called the first son of Nigeria. There is no office in our constitution called the first daughter of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I've had certain anomalous, nomenclatures of that nature. So such positions do not exist. And that's why Professor Soyinka is saying, let us not overdo things. Now, when you place this comment against the background of the fact that there has been an instruction from the president and the IGP, so the General Police, that VIP protection should be withdrawn. That those who are protecting VIPs should be civil defense officers. Now, in this particular case, this battalion, were they civil defense officers or were they soldiers and policemen? And you can also ask the question, what makes the son of the president a very important personality? Or makes the... No, when you look at the protocol list, the son of the president is not a very... What are you
saying?
Not a very important personality.
Didn't he stay ahead of ministers in the protocol list in that
Thank you. Tell him. You know he liked to cover.
And it has not happened.
He liked to cover evil.
When he was attending council meetings, even his own father said, no, don't sit in council. So now, in this instance, Professor Wole Soyinka has had to draw the attention of the president to what is clearly an abuse. And he says, look, children should not be overindulged. They should not have a sense of entitlement. Our message is that the president should take special notice of this message from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and realize that he, having directed...
Message from Wole Soyinka.
From Professor Wole Soyinka. Yeah, from Professor Wole Soyinka. He should then realize that he having directed that VIP protection is on the books because we need these soldiers to do their legitimate work. We need the policemen to do their legitimate work. Then his own son should not be seen to be going about with soldiers and policemen. He's not a VIP under the protocol list. If he needs protection, they should provide civil defense that they say can be available. He can hire private guards. There are private companies that are out there. Some of the private companies are licensed. Yes.
Some private companies.
Yes.
They're licensed to carry guns.
In Nigeria.
They will carry baton. They will carry baton. They will have really.
You see how they are being caught. You see how he's being disgraced. He is here talking boldly. Oh, private companies carry gun. So tomorrow, when they go and bring policemen, give them mufti, they might tell them not to wear uniform and they still carry gun. They will tell it's private company. But meanwhile, these are serving police and military men. Look at Rufai challenging him. Show me the private company that is permitted to carry gun. Show me the private company that is licensed to carry gun. Except he's talking about Asare Dakobo. Now you see when we talk about this is where those secrets are coming out. Asare Dakobo claimed to have a private company that is in Biafra land today, destroying lives and property. Where is his license? Who licensed Asare Dakobo? Who gave him a private company? Security company. Who gave him a private security company? Who gave him? Who licensed Asare Dakobo to carry gun? But Asare Dakobo is brandishing gun live, destroying life in Biafra land. Every point that is brandishing gun. Look at the question of Rufai on a national TV. He says, show me. This is a journalist telling, show me the private company that has license. But they will come and tell you lies. Asare Dakobo claimed to have his private security company and he is brandishing different kinds of gun. He was contracted to kill, take lives in Biafra. But from what Rufai argument today is making, you will see that everything is fraud. They just make it against the Biafran people. It is all illegal. Illegality in Nigeria is smelling. Everything about Nigeria is illegal. Illegality, right? Look left, look right, look center. Illegality everywhere you turn. Very sad.
Relationship with the security agencies, but the president should lead by example and heed the advice of President Wole Soyinka.
Dr. Mati, you will tell us who the VIPs are, since the president's son is not considered a VIP. Before I come to you, it's not very.
If you see the way they are attacking, because he is the supporter of the evil, but he supports everything evil. Now he's talking about private. They want him to mention that the president's son is a VIP also. Maybe he was mistaken when he said he's not a VIP, because in other round he will come and support them at that. But now It has choked him. And that is why they are focusing on him to answer that question.
No, he's not a government official.
Very important.
You are correct. He's not a VIP. He's not a VIP. He's a
Hold on, wait. I want to come to Rufai on this one. Meanwhile,
I have a question.
yes, on that as well. That's why I asked him. I want to know who the VIPs are. Well, meanwhile, the Nigeria Police Force announced over the weekend that they deployed a special team to make sure that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's order of prohibiting police personnel or VIPs is adhered to. Police spokesperson Benjamin Hundeyin in a post on X revealed that the team has commenced a statewide monitoring operation across Lagos and assured members of the public that the Nigeria Police Force will continue to enforce this policy nationwide without fear or favor. Now they have more police personnel trying to stop police VIPs. So who are this special team that have now been deployed? How many are they?
Imagine.
I mean, what really is going on? Rufai, I know you want to tell us who these VIPs
Laughable.
are, but now we also have a team to stop.
You can
Imagine.
you can see the mockery of Nigeria.
Mockery. That is what it is.
President Tinubu made a law
Yes.
that they should withdraw
Yes.
from VIP.
Yes.
The same law that they've been talking about. You know how many IGs said they should withdraw?
Yeah. But this is a presidential directive.
So when the presidential directive was made, the police force cannot speak to his own officers. So they have to set up a task force.
Imagine.
Team to watch. Somebody would have thought that you just okay, everybody come to headquarters and you withdraw. Isn't it?
Simple.
But the police does not trust this. He does not trust.
Imagine.
He doesn't trust. Wait, sir. He doesn't trust it. So you have a boy that doesn't trust it. So you have to go and look for task force to implement with this.
Imagine.
The police cannot just call.
And they're within the police as well, right?
Yeah, the police cannot just call people to say, okay, withdraw that. You know why? Because the withdrawing from VIP will cause problem. You know how many police officers are benefiting from VIP, that they are shopping from VIP. You now want to withdraw their retirement benefit. So it will cause big problem for them.
All right.
So that's why. And secondly, I don't know Dr. Bati, it's obvious you don't live in Nigeria.
Tell
And
him.
with due respect, okay,
He doesn't live in Nigeria. Tell him.
He shuttles around the globe. He's still a lecturer, grade 1. Is it today Sheyi Tinubu has been carrying police protection? Please fact check me. Sheyi Tinubu was probably using police protection before his father became president.
Okay.
Fact check me.
Ex-governor.
They are talking as if it started today.
So, and Dr. Bati is saying, who is the VIP? He's not VIP. You are wrong. He's VVVVIP. He's the one and only. Ogo Eko, Ogo Lagos, future governor. Sheyi Tinubu. Me o Simbe, I'm not there. It's Dr. Bati. He's saying all sorts about you. I defy my authorities to you. See, battalion. In fact, the most present you can't show, you can't saw. It's not good enough. They should increase more. You know your life is under. You are our future. Ogweko, please, President Tinubu, increase Tinubu's security protection. Please, I'm sorry, Ayo. I'm sorry, please. With due respect, ignore Professor Wole Soyinka. He doesn't know what to say. Increase. Obviously, you know I'm being sarcastic. But I am telling you with humor the depth of the decadence in the system.
All right. I know you have a question. So I know the question borders on whether or not, and I want that to be what we are discussing now. Who are the VIPs? If a president's son is not considered a VIP.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I would have thought that the president's immediate family members have a right to some level of protection by the Nigerian state. And that's what I was going to confirm, because if you look at democracies like America, for instance, where we have a copy system, there's protection for the immediate family, wife and children. So what I feel is the abuse and the excessive use, because they are politically exposed, at least whilst their parents are in office. I know that in some countries it is up to a certain age, maybe under 16, and in some countries, because they are politically exposed, they have access to state protection. However, what we saw, or what Professor Soyinka describes, is a flagrant abuse of that protection. Because, I mean, he is politically exposed as a result of the fact that his father is president of Nigeria. But when you then have a battalion for Professor Shoyinka, who is a family friend, to be shocked and to complain about this, especially at a time when we're talking about the fact that we don't have enough police officers, we don't have enough security operatives, then it is something to talk about. And I think that's where the issue is. It's just an abuse. And the fact that it's not just police president's sons, but even people, almost I've seen religious leaders go around with police escorts. I've seen people who can afford to pay maybe 30,000 naira a month go around the police escorts. Those are the things that
police escorts.
Those are the things we need to end.
We have to go first.
That's the question.
Now, what does the protocol list say?
Yes.
And then Professor Shoyinka said for Sheyi Tinubu, the road was closed.
Yeah.
What kind of protection for first family is that? And then number 3, okay, will it be the case that all the children of the president, Sheyi Tinubu is not the only son that he has.
Yeah.
He has daughters too.
Well,
So if you want to go anywhere, they will deploy Nigerian police.
Tinubu is not the only son, but it's Okolomo.
Okay.
All
right. So now, Dr. Bati, you're also saying that Sheyi Tinubu is flouting the protocol because he's not considered VIP at this point. So that means his VIP will be withdrawn as well with this presidential directive.
He has enough money to recruit private
not ours.
He can apply to
Right.
civil
I hope that
defense.
this is
If the president gives a directive, let
it go across.
follow the
Very
example.
well said.
Even within his own family.
Dr.
Yes,
with
but-
due respect, I want to challenge you. They don't want anybody to remove the police protection of you.
All right.
Not even the IGP.
They don't
burn away.
The Inspector General.
They don't burn away.
Please respect the office of the IGP.
They don't burn away.
Thank you. Tell her.
The president will
Well, makes the point about the man that was detained.
In as much as Rufai is laughing, once Rufai is saying his fact, they don't bond them well. Say me they remove that boy security. This is security has been carried even before his father became a president. And you think they can touch him? They will not touch him. The IG, they know born and well, say make he remove his security. As this guy is saying this and laughing, Rufai is talking and laughing. It's true. And I know he's mocking this one, Ruben, this idiot called Ruben. Because he's the one that supports everything evil. He's the one that promoted them. He's the one that is putting them on a very good platform. You see him, when it comes to this kind of issue, you see he will be paralyzed. When it comes to the exposure of the government and evil, he will be paralyzed. He can't be strong to talk.
And alluded to the fact that the president's son is almost more powerful than the IG of police and because of the fact that he's a directive. So we need to curtail those excesses.
You are putting show, right?
No, I'm saying that the example
You are now putting your position on this table.
No, I'm presenting
I'm not there. It's not about you. He doesn't know your word to Okolomo.
All right.
I'm not there.
Very important personnel. Well, all right. Now to politics in River State. The much anticipated announcement of Governor Sim Fubara's defection from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress has been met with mixed reactions. The governor made the announcement during a stakeholders meeting in the government house in Port Harcourt, addressing a crowd of supporters. Fubara stated that he joined the APC as a gesture of reciprocity, and that without the support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he would no longer have been governor. Let's take a look.
Our only thank you to Mr. President is to support him. And we cannot support Mr. President in isolation. And we can't support Mr. President if we don't fully identify with him, not backyard support. So we have taken that decision today since we've gotten the pass. Everyone here who have followed me, who have suffered with me, our decision today, this evening, we are moving to APC. On your mandate,
What a shame.
On your mandate, we shall stand.
Well, all right. I mean, this is another defection that we have seen on your mandate, and it's all because of the PDP. So let me just quickly take this tweet from IKK, who wrote, since losing the 2015 elections, PDP has been a very useless opposition party, and its inability to manage its affairs has led to its hemorrhaging political depreciation. Rather than to find ways to bring itself back to political relevance, it has continued to engage in activities that further divides the ranks again, rather than accept its failures and seek help. It continued to blame the ruling power for steering Nigeria towards a one-party state. PDP is a rudderless ship, sinking faster than anyone could fathom. Maybe they should consider a merger with Labour Party, ABC, or APGA, because PDP, as we know, is going down. While in the same vein, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke on Tuesday officially joined the Accord Party, just days after announcing that he's leaving the People's Democratic Party. The governor made the announcement at the banquet hall of the government house in the state and was presented his membership card by the national chairman of the party. Let's take a look.
His Excellency joined Accord on the 6th of November 2025 as national chairman of Accord, and thereby presenting officially the membership card to you. Today, we unveil the new platform for the good people of Osun State, from Osun West to Osun East to Osun Central. This is our party, our new platform for victory. Come August next year, Osun voted for good governance in 2022, and they will support continuity in 2026. The demands of our people are for continuity, and Accord is our party for victory next year.
Well, Adeleke had announced his resignation on December 2nd, saying that it was due to persistent turmoil at the national level of the PDP. Now, with this defection, the PDP now has 6 governors, with Abu Kefas of Taraba State and Caleb Mutfwan of Plateau, who is now wanting to join. I mean, I've seen reports that he's saying he wants to join the APC. I mean, even Kefas, yes, they're going to join the APC. So we've seen this story now from Osun State. Osun has gone to Accord, and of course, we knew that Fubara was going to go to the APC. But he said that the PDP had done nothing for him, Dr. Abati, and one of the reasons why he left, why he's now on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's mandate, is because the PDP failed him.
In the case of Governor Sim Fubara, we have said nobody should be surprised, nobody should be shocked. This was a man who was removed from office for 6 months, March 18 to September 18. And as they say in common parlance, his eyes saw better, both in the hands of the godfather, he is a wicked minister and godfather of Rivers politics. And then after him, they brought Ibo Kete Ibas, Vice Admiral, who has now been rewarded with nomination for ambassadorial appointment. So in the case of Governor Fubara, it's a case of if you cannot beat them, you better join them. 72 hours after members of the House of Assembly led by Martin Amewebule jumped to the APC, he was also an orphan all over again. So did you expect him to wait till they would impeach him the second time? He may not receive the kind of sympathy he got the first time. So he needed to preserve himself. After all, they say survivor is the first law. Yes. As for Governor Adeleke, well, it's also a very pragmatic move. Okay, I would say there's trouble in APC in Osun State. The APC members who wanted to be on the primaries on December 16, they were disqualified, Onishori and Co. So they are fighting we need the APC. Even if we wanted to go to the APC, the people in APC don't even want him. And then PDP, you don't know which one is the authentic fashion. So he has now gone to Accord and he's now doing thumbs up, and he will try to build that party. Maybe when he wins, he will go back to PDP. Right. Maybe if the PDP still exists. Finally, earlier on I mentioned some states that are still on the in the opposition. I forgot to mention Anambra. Anambra is still Africa.
Well, he's going to support President Bola Ahmed.
Okay.
He came out to say that.
He's still an Africa,
yes.
Africa state.
He's almost APC.
Nonsense.
After almost
He's APC.
Yes. This is what it is. This is what it appears to be. But you know, also, I would say kudos.
Abia is labor.
Abia speaks favorably of President Tinubu.
Yes.
I don't
Well,
know
recently we have seen that.
He's talking about
going to it. He will not defend.
Well,
But speaks favorably.
but correct. I feel like Adeleke did great, a complete game changer in Osun State at this point. The fact that he moved to Accord Party, not to the APC. But obviously, we also saw the story yesterday or the day before where the first lady was in his state and she received that chieftaincy title, the Yeye. Of what? Yes, where she, yes, actually, was speaking with the governor and, trying to time him. But, like people had said, it appeared to be a brotherly sort of conversation when, that's some of the analysis that I had seen online. That it wasn't much of a disrespect. It was a beautiful party. You'd seen even after the party, they were all dancing. They were both dancing together. Your thoughts on that really quickly before we move?
Well, some people said it was brotherly. Others, yes. A lot of others said that it was disrespectful to the governor, and especially because it was done publicly. Mm-hmm. And this is what we say, that you can be a wife or a friend in private. Yeah. When it comes to state events and when you have to follow protocol, he is the property of the state at that time. And I believe that the proper respect ought to have been accorded to him. The next day she came out to wish his wife a happy 60th birthday to show that they are friends. But I think that the presidency and the family do not need negative press at this time. And so maybe it's just an opportunity to be aware of the fact that you are in public. You can have private discussions and private banter. When it comes to that office, you have to respect the office. It's not about the money.
I saw the video.
There was nothing brotherly or sisterly about that behavior. This is Tinubu insulted the governor of Osun State. No, please. Don't put lipstick on Tinubu. It was off limits. She had no right to talk to him rudely in that manner. Yeah. But what I will praise here is Governor Adeleke's maturity.
You are so mature.
He acted in a matured manner.
Very mature.
When I said it was disrespectful.
What she didn't say, I said it was
I said it was insulting. It was disrespectful. It should not happen again. The wife of the president is not a headmistress over governors. No.
We just delivered it differently. I said it was disrespectful.
Just say it straight.
I just said it. We just delivered it differently.
You have taken your money.
No, Dr. Abasi, you can rewind it. I said it was disrespectful. I said you can have a private relationship.
It was rude.
You can have a private relationship, but in public.
It wasn't I understand that. I said I have seen some comments that people said it's a brotherly thing. You have seen the videos of them dancing right after that actual incident occurred. They were dancing, hugging each other. They are very good friends at this point. Well, all right. Oh, we say congratulations to Governor Ademola Adeleke. We'll take another story now. Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has doubled down on earlier comments about kidnapping children being a lesser evil than murder. Gumi made the comment in a new BBC interview, adding that Nigeria must negotiate with terrorists to prevent more deaths.
Part of it is correct and part of it is wrong. Saying that kidnapping children is a lesser evil than killing your soldiers definitely is lesser. Killing is worse than, but they're all evil. It's just a lesser evil. Not all evils are all the same parallel. So it's a lesser evil than, like what happened in Kebbi. They adopted children and they were released. They didn't kill them.
Gumi is known for his controversial positions when it comes to negotiating with terrorists. And it's shocking to hear him double down on comments he made before regarding kidnapping children being a lesser evil than murder or ransacking a town. Rufai, good minute.
It's a serious story. Don't laugh, but I will laugh. Kabiesi Gumio. Kadio Pelese.
Nobody challenges him.
Kabiesi Gumi. I'm sorry, you see the hypocrisy in this country. It has now become a country where people are telling us that kidnapping children is a left evil and we should negotiate with bandits. If Nnamdi Kanu says this one now, they will send him life in prison.
Yes.
But Gumi can say it and keep saying it. We play it back. Government will
never
say anything about it. That's why I say it can't be simple. See, some people are VVIP. You know, as we're talking about shit.
Exactly.
VVIP.
That is why Nigeria must be destroyed.
Give him battalion and police protection. So I'll be carrying everywhere and everything. Maybe he doesn't even have protection.
He has.
Because you see, the level of hypocrisy that goes on in this country is overwhelming.
Yes.
Please, can you please tell me the difference between what Gumi has said and all the atrocities that they put against them? Because he incited violence. Saying people should negotiate with people that have
said no country can cure terrorism.
No country can cure terrorism.
Nigeria cannot.
I'm sorry, with due respect, people.
There are so many countries that don't have terrorists, like as many terrorists as we do here.
The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia cured that level of terrorism.
Yes.
Peru, if you read Hernando de Soto's book, The Shining Path Rebels, Peru cured it. All right. Hernando de Soto wrote about it a lot. So countries do overcome
Mystery of capital.
So they overcome it. So Gumi should stop it. And that's why I say it's Kabiesi. You should not say thrown in Kabiesi.
And I told you the other day, even in this interview, he did say that he goes into the forest with government officials. He doubled
so he has police protection already.
He has.
Negotiating with government officials in the forest. Well, all right.
One question, maybe Ayo can answer. He says that even in the Bible and the Quran, that the Bible and the Quran recommend negotiation with terrorists.
No, not at all.
What part of the Bible?
I don't know. Definitely not speaking for the Bible. We don't, no negotiation with terrorists. None at all.
And this is the stance that the Senate is pushing now. We should not be negotiating.
And this is misinformation, disinformation, and it is very dangerous. Because it has
Gumi doesn't know the Bible more than me.
I'm sure he does.
All right.
No, not it's very dangerous. And it's influential, and there are some ignorant people that are following it. False.
All right.
And the government has not done it. They've invited him. So it can't be a single.
So we keep talking about the same.
And he says kidnapping is a lesser evil.
That
means kidnapping is good. It's good.
Actually, this is very inflammatory. Because once you kidnap a child, that person is scarred for life.
Wait.
No, there's no. That person is scarred for life.
It's not the
That child is scarred for life.
Nnamdi Kanu, they can quickly let him know. It's not Gumi. What they say for Gumi.
Those are not the sort of rhetoric that we need in our nation. Now on the milestones. With the nation celebrating General Theophilus Yakubu Danjuma, known as General T.Y. Danjuma, on the occasion of his 88th birthday, a monumental figure in Nigerian politics and history, who played a key role in the post-independence military in the country.
He's the man that killed Agironsi. They are celebrating the man that committed murder, killed the head of state.
General Danjuma was born in Taraba State in 1938 and was commissioned into the army as a second lieutenant and platoon commander.
The man that committed murder.
He was then promoted to captain.
They are celebrating him.
Years later, T.Y. Danjuma had an illustrious 19-year career in the Nigerian army, rising to the rank of lieutenant general and chief of army staff before retiring in 1979 at just 40 years old. He then focused on his business career in the oil, gas, and shipping industries, founding companies including the NAL Comet Group and South Atlantic.
They use oil to reward him for killing Agironsi.
He set up the T.Y. Danjuma Foundation in a commitment to philanthropy and aiding the less fortunate in Nigeria. Just the day before his birthday, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu inaugurated the T.Y. Logistics Park free zone enterprise in Aloro City, marking another landmark achievement in the general's decades-long commitment to Nigeria's economic development.
The man they are celebrating is a man that committed murder, committed genocide against the Biafran people. This T.Y. Janjuma. This was the man that murdered Agironsi. T.Y. Janjuma. He's part of those who committed genocide in Biafra land. Today, he is the one in front shouting, "Oh, protect yourself, defend yourself. The military cannot defend you." The same people that came together and killed the Biafran people today, his own people are dying, and they will continue to face the consequence of their actions. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prayed, that for everything they did against us, they were going to face the same thing 100-fold. And it is already happening. It is already happening. That is why he's shouting every day, defend yourself, protect yourself. He was part of those who committed genocide in Biafra. He was the one that murdered Agironsi, and they rewarded him with oil well. You see them talking that he retired at the age of 40, and he went into oil business. They rewarded him with oil well and everything. Today, he's one of the richest men in Nigeria. These are the people, and every one of them, they will reap the reward of what they did against us. They are going to reap the reward. I appreciate everyone that have joined us on this very program this evening. I thank you all for participating on this program. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for sharing. Please, if you have not yet shared, I don't know what you are waiting for. Kindly share this program. Click like. Your thumbs up, it doesn't cost money. Your thumbs up will not take away your data. Thumbs up, it doesn't cost you anything. Give a like and share so that other people can equally get the information. At this time, remember, is a time of unity. It's a time of the final push. A time for you to intensify in anything you are doing. We must continue to fight on. Do not get tired, no matter what happens. The battle is not easy, but we will not run away. We will fight it until we win. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every one of us as Biafrans. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect our leaders. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again tomorrow morning. We will continue on another explosive section. Don't miss tomorrow's program. Thank you so much and stay safe. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe and click the notification bell so that you will join us from the beginning of the program to the end. Thank you and see you tomorrow morning. Good night, everybody.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear now go with the go so. Yes, men, they kill us every day for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us to ring answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come more. It is very close and they feel more. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They don't even care, they don't even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.